All right. The court is calling cause number 2020 DCM 5096. This is a hearing on a petition filed by the Attorney General's office, a petition to establish the parent-child relationship. All right. The parties in this case are Francisco Dominguez, Edward Flores, and Jennifer Flores de Santiago. At this time that the case is being called, only Ms. Jennifer Flores is present before me. Record should reflect that this matter was set for a final hearing today, May 12th at 8 o'clock. It is now 8:37. Uh, Mr. Francisco Dominguez, the alleged father in this case, is not present. uh, Record should indicate he was served with citation back on October the 22nd of last year. He has not filed a response to the petition. For the record, there was an alleged or presumed father, Mr. Edward Flores, who was listed as a presumed father. The test has been filed, and it shows that Mr. Flores has been excluded as the father of the child. So at this point, the only party before the court, other than Ms. Flores, is Mr. Francisco Dominguez, who is not present at this time. Right. This matter is being, we're doing this hearing on the Zoom application since we cannot appear in court because of the current pandemic crisis that's going on in our community. However, the state of Texas, the Supreme Court of the state of Texas, Council of Judges here in El Paso, and the Office of Court Administration have permitted us to conduct our remote hearings through Zoom. So recording this matter on our computer system. Further, in compliance with the Texas rules, we are live streaming this matter on the YouTube channel. That is to comply with the open records, open courts provision in our statutes. However, as soon as this hearing is concluded, that live stream will be taken off the YouTube channel. All right, at this point in time, I'll ask for the announcement from the Attorney General. Ms. Kaplan, ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Lindsay Kaplan for the state, ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Flores, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me go ahead and have you raise your right hand, ma'am, so I can swear you in. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You can lower your hand now. All right. Let's see. First things first. I understand because of the exclusion of the presumed father, Mr. Edward Flores, I believe the AG Attorney General will be preparing an order adjudicating Mr. Flores not to be the father, adjudication of non-parentage. Ms. Kaplan?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Ms. Kaplan, go ahead, present the case.
Yes, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Flores de Santiago as a witness.
Okay, go ahead.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Jennifer Flores de Santiago.
And who is the father of your child?
Francisco David Dominguez.
And could anyone else be the father of your child?
No.
The state requests that the court take judicial notice of the negative paternity results for Mr. Flores filed with the court on March 12th of 2021.
Okay. All right, then we'll take judicial notice of the results that excluded Mr. Flores. They were filed with the clerk's office and do appear to be in proper form.
Ms. Flores de Santiago, have you had any communication with Mr. Dominguez?
No, the last time was November 16th of 2019.
The state offers the testing appointments that have been scheduled as State's Exhibit 1 through 4 for Mr. Dominguez under Texas Family Code 160.622B at this time.
Okay, all right, the court will take judicial notice of the notices to Mr. Dominguez as far as his scheduling for DNA testing. All right, go ahead.
Ma'am, has Mr. Dominguez ever participated in parenting decisions with you regarding your child?
No,
Who makes all the major decisions for your child?
I do.
And for the record, what is your child's name and age at this time?
His name is Andrew Michael Flores de Santiago, and he is 10 months old.
And would you like his name to remain Flores de Santiago?
Yes,
Do you believe that's in his best interest?
yes,
And why is that in his best interest?
because Mr. Dominguez doesn't want any part. I'm not gonna, I just think it's just better that way.
Has Mr. Dominguez ever visited with your child?
No,
Has he ever
I've given him,
requested?
no, I've given him opportunity. I've tried reaching out to him and he just doesn't even acknowledge Andrew.
He is aware of your child's existence, correct?
Yes, yes, I've sent him pictures of Andrew. His family has told him, and he just, and there's no response there.
And do you know if Mr. Dominguez has other children?
Yes, he has 3 older children that are over the age of 18, and then he has 2 which he's living with now, and then another little girl that lives in California, which I know they're looking for him for child support on that one, and then my son, and then he does have another one on the way, which is due in August.
So at this time, Mr. Dominguez has 3 other children under the age of 18,
Yes,
besides your son.
no, well, right now just 2 besides my son, and then he's expecting another one.
And has Mr. Dominguez provided any support for your
No.
child?
None.
Have you requested that he provide support?
Like I said, I've tried reaching out at least so he could try to at least meet him, and he doesn't make that effort.
Do you know if Mr. Dominguez is mentally and physically capable of working?
Yes,
Has he worked in the past?
yes.
Where did he work in the past?
The last job before these jobs that he's working for, he's worked at La Única, he's worked at Honest Abe's, he's worked at Centenario, Ditzy Ducks. They're all bars he's worked at.
And how much does he typically earn at these jobs? Do you know?
Well, the last job that I know at La Única, he was a manager there and he was earning at least $20 an hour. And then these last 2 jobs or 3 jobs, I don't know the 3rd job. I just know that he works at Dewey's Corner and at Foul Mouse. He should be earning at least $10 to $12 an hour. I'm not too sure on those jobs, plus tips.
And how do you know that he's earning $10 to $12 an hour now?
I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I'm guessing.
Does he usually work full-time?
Yes.
No further questions for this witness. Pass the witness.
Okay. Um, Right, I don't have any questions for Ms. Flores at this time. Anything else, Ms. Kaplan, as far as any testimony?
Nothing further from the state at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, based on the testimony presented here today, I will find that Mr. Dominguez has failed to comply with the testing orders that the court has issued. And under the family code, I can take that into consideration and then determine that he has refused to comply with the testing orders that the court has issued in this case. That being said, then I will find, based on the testimony, that Mr. Francisco Dominguez is the father of the child, subject of this lawsuit. Andrew's last name will remain as it currently is.
Thank you.
And I'm going to go and appoint Ms. Flores as sole managing conservator of the child. Due to the absence of no bonding on the part of Mr. Dominguez with the child, there be no visitation orders at this time. There'll be no geographical restriction. And let me see what else. All right, child support applications. What is the state's recommendation, Ms. Kaplan?
Your Honor, due to the fact that it is unknown what he is earning at this time, however, based on the testimony of Ms. Flores de Santiago, he has worked as a manager at bars, several bars in the past, and has an earning potential of $20 an hour. The state has calculated his support obligation at $20 an hour times 40 hours a week, as he usually works times 52 weeks a year, divided by 12 months to be a gross monthly income of $3,466.67 with credit for 2 other children that he has a duty to support that reside with him, and credit for a prorated cash medical, giving him credit for the other children that he has a duty to support as well in the amount of $104. The state has calculated a proposed child support amount of $451.77, rounds to the nearest dollar, to be $452, and a medical support obligation of $104 with credit for 2 other children. In the alternative, the state has calculated child support at the minimum wage presumption to be $176 for child support and $38 for medical support, with credit for 2 other children. The state is further requesting retroactive child support from the birth of the child 6/22/2020 to today for the past 11 months. 11 months at $452 a month is $4,972. The state would request a repayment on that judgment at $75 a month until paid. Alternatively, the state has calculated a retroactive child support judgment at minimum wage presumption with credit for 2 other children to be $1,936 and request a $50 repayment. All obligations commencing June 1st, 2021. Ms. Flores de Santiago has testified to an extensive work history by Mr. Dominguez at several bars, and she did testify that the last that she knew of, he worked at La Unica as a manager, earning $20 an hour, and the state requests that the court consider that testimony and consider setting support based on that.
Okay, but there was also testimony that she believes that he was earning $10 an hour. At least that's what I heard.
Yes. I'm not sure how much, but I don't think he's a manager at the bars he's at now. So I don't know how much. More or less, I'm thinking $10, $12 an hour.
Okay. Let's go ahead and recalculate at $10 an hour, Ms. Kaplan.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not going to set it based on minimum wage because that's obviously he's able to earn more than minimum wage. So let's figure it out at $10 an hour.
Yes, Your Honor. At $10 an hour in a 40-hour work week, that's a gross monthly income of $1,733.33, with a cash medical support obligation of $156, prorated for the other children he has a duty to support would be $52 a month for this one child before the court, and a child support amount of $236.80 rounded to the nearest dollar would be $237. So based on $10 an hour, the child support obligation in this case would be $237, and the medical support obligation would be $52 with credit for 2 other children.
And the retroactive support?
And the retroactive support at $237 for 11 months would be $2,607.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and set child support based on $10 an hour that's been tested to. I think that's a more realistic amount based on his previous history. That being said, then the child support for this child would be set at 200 and you said 237.
Yes, Your Honor. Based on $10 an hour, the child support would be $237. The medical support would be $52, and the retroactive judgment would be $2,607. This is giving credit for 2 other children.
Okay. All right, I'll follow the recommendation based on the best information that we have for Mr. Dominguez's income. We'll set child support at $237 a month, medical support at $52. Ms. Flores, how is Andrew covered on health insurance? I didn't hear anything about that.
Right now, I'm on Medicaid. He's on Medicaid.
Okay, all right. Then medical support, I'll follow that recommendation, setting medical support at $52. All these things to commence on June 1st. We'll grant a judgment for retroactive back child support back to the date of birth of the child, $2,607. Or he paid that off at a rate of $50 a month, also commencing on June 1. All right. Ms. Kaplan, is there anything else that I haven't ruled upon? I think I got everything.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Flores, do you have any questions as to the court's order at this time?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, Ms. Kaplan, go ahead and prepare the order, send it to me, and we'll sign it. Once I receive it, I sign it. The order will then be filed with the clerk's office. Parties will receive a copy of the order.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. That concludes the hearing. Thank you, Ms. Flores, for your participation today. We finally got
Thank you, sir.
We finally got
You
it
have
done.
a good day.
You too, man.